What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Wide Body Nation. We've been running the AWE touring exhaust for a few days now with the 2022 WRX from Subaru, and it's been good, but as you guys can see, the car is jacked up. Tommy Kettner and his shop actually switched it over for me already, but I was just doing a little bit of adjustment with the different clamps. So I wanted to obviously give you some sound clips, and I wanted to just give you guys a few little tips and tricks as far as getting the exhaust to fit as good as possible, and then also just some pipe orientation and my general thoughts on the system. So we appreciate AWE for sending this exhaust out. I will remind you guys a bit later in the video what other mods this car has, just so that you guys know all the different sounds you're hearing. It's not just a bone stock car with the AWE exhaust. There are a few other mods that we've been getting asked about from some of our non-subscribers, especially who haven't been maybe following this car. For those of you who don't know the channel, we've also got the 2022 Hellcat Jailbreak and the 2019 STI S209. That is full bolt-on E85, still has the S209 turbo, and we just brought that to the track yesterday. Bowling Green, quarter mile, ran a 10.8 on stock size tires, Toyo R888Rs. Was pretty good, and we are thinking about getting the AWE exhaust suite for that car as well. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think I should do about the exhaust for the Hellcat. So I guess we'll start from the rear here. As you guys can see, it's a quad tip with nice beveling. The tips are definitely better than stock, and some of the best tips I'd say that are on the market. So the first thing of note is not only are the tips quality, but they also have black tips coming soon. So, depends on what kind of vibe you guys are looking for. If you're trying to match the badges, or you guys just like chrome, then you can go with that, want it to stand out in the bumper. Or if you're going to try to go stealth and keep the diaper bumper black and all that and not paint match it, then maybe you will go black, because I probably will as well. AWE is going to be sending those out to me so I can show you guys as well. But as you guys can see, the tip fitment is pretty much perfect without a lot of massaging. We have these two back clamps already tightened up, and then we go down in here. I'm just going to go ahead and lay on the ground in the prone. So we've got the Y right here goes to the end of the axle back, or I guess that's farther than the axle back, but you guys can see there's a few more clamps down there. And we'll go down and talk the J-pipe, downpipe connection to the Catback, because that's pretty much the only place where you guys could go wrong. But as you guys can see, there's clearance everywhere. I'll back out, but it's really not bad at all. There's plenty of room between the drive shaft and the Catback there, and it's a 3-inch Catback all the way back. Just got to cinch it up, so you guys can see that there, and we'll jump back out. All right, I'm gonna lay down for you guys so you can see under there, and then you guys will get to hear it and start up. So this connection, I would call it an adapter, because there's a pipe, you guys can see there's the slip joint right there, and then there's the stock exhaust flange right there with the donut gasket in there. So that needs to be angled slightly up. When you guys get the exhaust, you'll notice that the pipe has a slight up bend to it. And one of the ways I realized that AWE made it easy was just these stickers, or these brands they have on them. They just all face down for me. That's how I noticed it worked pretty well. So I need to just go ahead and cinch these up right here. That one is already cinched up pretty decent, and then I need to do that one as well. Many of you guys have probably installed an exhaust before, so you know that you don't ever want to, like when you guys are installing this, you don't want to cinch it up immediately. You want to get the whole exhaust system on, use the hangers, and then you guys kind of tighten each joint after you have a fitment that you like. When it's like 95% fitted up, that's when you start tightening the clamps up, so you still have some wiggle room to go ahead and get that perfect fitment with no, rubbing, banging, or exhaust leaks. Because you do have to be careful with these slip joints. If you don't have them engaged all the way, you could have an exhaust leak. So you want to make sure that joint is all the way covering, which I can show you guys in a second. But I'm gonna get these tightened up and then we can go for a rip around the block so you guys can hear what the track sounds like inside and out. All right guys, so here is an example of the slip joint without the clamp on it. You can see that there's no daylight in there. The inner pipe is all the way past the joint right here and is somewhere ending right here. And then this obviously goes over, and then you just want to make sure you put this in such a way that it doesn't interfere with the drive shaft or anything like that, but also probably not down like this either. So we usually choose to go right about like that. And these are nice and easy. You don't even need anything on the back of them because they just keep themselves held in place. You just need to get an impact on that one right there, which is a 15, I believe. Let's see, I should have one here. 16. Yeah, 16. All right, y'all, about to lower the car down. As you guys can see, we got all of our clamps done up, going into proning for you guys. So we got these guys kind of tucked up and in. Obviously with the track, it's nice and light, so there's just one hanger here, one hanger there. And then you got the clamp there, and then the donut gasket going into the stock J pipe, which used to be called a down pipe, but now it's J pipe with its like 17 cats and everything. So make sure there's no more tools under here, and yeah, I mean, it tucks right up in there. Nice amount of room though in the WRX. It doesn't seem like it's as cluttered as the STI. I don't really mean cluttered, but we just have a lot of real estate down there, and now it's a 3-inch exhaust, so gonna lower her down. Hey, the screen's back on. The screen wasn't working for like that whole 1 hour of the install. When I pulled it in the garage, it wasn't working, and when I pulled it out, but now it's back on. Perfect. I knew as soon as I started recording that we would be good to go. So I'm gonna get this all set up. You guys are gonna be right here for the driving video. Gonna get you guys some in-car and some flybys before it gets dark. And yeah, that's about it. So you guys can make your choice on touring versus track. And if you're wondering where the touring video is, it's also on the channel, so it'll probably be the next video in the queue, and then if I remember, I'll link it up here as well, but it'll be in the playlist, don't you worry. Alrighty, y'all, so we're on the road. Obviously we got the JB4 fired up. I am very excited to get an access port though, because the JB4 works, but it doesn't give you full access. But we got the track exhaust ripping on here, and I'll shut up for parts of the video so you guys can really just let the audio sink in. But one thing I've noticed with this one is the resonator, even with the track, you keep the resonator on the mid pipe, and there's virtually no drone. Now, the outside does sound really good, and I'm going to get you guys that in a second. We're going to, we're going to go to the back roads to get some shredding right before it's too dark. Just a quick reminder, if you guys, maybe you know or maybe you don't, but this car has an ETS intake with the cold air box. It has a ETS top mount intercooler. We are running we are running 5W40 oil, which we just switched. That was our third oil change, and we're at 5,200 miles. We have a parent charge pipe and the JB4, and now we have the AWE Catback exhaust currently configured in the track configuration, aka no mufflers, but it keeps the resonator. So pretty tasteful setup right now. You know, it runs good, but we're still getting really ready to crank this thing up. You know, J pipe, it will be catted, unfortunately, but a catted J pipe, and the access port. I might order some mud flaps as well. There's a bird flying like right next to me. We do need to do something about the brakes on this car too. Certainly something that needs to get taken care of as well. I got the phone set up right there. Should have let this car go farther. Not a terrible 1-2 shift though. It surged nicely. I'm gonna get after it a little more. I'm just gonna go grab the phone. You guys will get a couple more clips. Maybe do like a 3rd gear rip. Little backfire right there. Wind it up. I'm gonna cool myself down real quick, but then I will turn the AC back off. Alrighty, so final thoughts before it gets too dark to really see anything. I'm gonna lay on it one more time once I turn around. I just gotta lose this car. But overall, AWE, can't go wrong with either. I've been happy with both. I'm just gonna stick with the track kind of for obvious reasons. I like the track because of the weight savings, but it still has the resonator up here. The track is just, the install was a tad bit easier in my opinion, just because you have less hangers and it's less weight. But the muffled version, especially when I get that downpipe, that muffled version very well might be going back on here, because I've heard the videos with these cars with downpipes, and that's where most of your noise cancellation is happening, which we talked about in prior videos. The downpipe has a cat on it. It has a resonator, and it has another cat. It has 2 cats and a resonator and a pretty hard bend to it. So it's definitely gonna open way up, but we will show you guys that when we get to it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and rip it through this twisty section. brake. That's the sketchy turn. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I hope you guys appreciate the in-car and the out-of-car footage, as well as a couple tech tips. I appreciate AWE for obviously sending the exhaust out, and they're going to be sending those black tips out so y'all can see those in the future, probably a month or two. Let me know what you guys think I should do for the Charger's exhaust, because AWE was willing to work with me on that as well. So, you know, I'm thinking we might have a whole lot louder of a Charger Hellcat in the very, very near future. So, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you check out destroyer1320.com. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys for the next video.
All right. Yep.